Welcome to the Weekly Option, the podcast for people interested in trading stock options. Each week, we cover trade ideas and opportunities in the stock market right now. Whether you're a beginner, a professional, or just curious about options, this is the show for you. Let's get started. Welcome to the Weekly Option. This is episode 432 on June the 19th, 2026. I'm your host, Eric. And in this week's show, we'll cover the trades from last week on Fermi Inc., Bitdeer Technologies Group, Cleanspark Inc., and Carnival Cruise Lines. And we discuss 4 new trades on AMC Entertainment Holdings, Poet Technologies, Quantumscape Corporation, and Cipher Digital. Now, it's always great to hear from listeners. If you have any questions about the trades presented here this evening or about your own positions, feel free to email me. You can email questions to eric@theweeklyoption.com. That's ERIC@theweeklyoption.com. I've also created a few videos to teach you all the basics of option trading that you'll need to know to be able to follow along with me on this show. You can visit our website and click on the videos tab to watch them or visit the YouTube channel for the Weekly Option. The equity markets finished the week higher, possibly setting up more all-time highs next week. The Dow Jones Industrial Average finished the week at a new all-time weekly high, having gained 362 points, closing at 51,564 points. The S&P 500 index inched 69 points higher, ending the week at 7,500 points. And now it's time for the topic of the week. The topic of the week is being a contrarian. If you've listened to the show for any period of time, you'll know that I am a self-described, self-proclaimed optimist. I tend to look for the silver lining in most situations. In trading, I've had to learn to ask a different question. It's not simply what makes me happy. It's not simply asking, how can I make money? It's asking a question of how this trade can lose money. That one question has saved me multiple times and countless amounts of money. It's easy to be blinded by some of the opportunities the market presents. We have to train our minds to become good risk managers. And you can't manage a risk that you don't think was possible. So before you trade, think of all the ways you can lose money in that trade. From there, you'll manage every risk that you can possibly manage to help put your position in the highest possibility of making a profit. Be an optimist, but be an opportunistic contrarian when it comes to risk management. So that's it for the topic of the week. Let's get into the review of this week's trades, of last week's trades, really, not this week's. We're going to start off with our covered call on Fermi Inc., symbol F as in Foxtrot, R as in Romeo, M as in Mike, I as in India. At the time, the stock was trading for $7.13 per share. I looked at buying stock and selling the July 8 call at 95 cents, hoping for a return of 25.53% in 5 weeks. Well, shares of Fermi jumped $2.37, ending the week at $9.50 per share. The call option we sold gained $1.55, leaving us with a net profit of 82 cents if we were to close the trade out immediately. Of course, this trade is scheduled to make $1.82 of profit if the stock expires above $8 per share or if you were to get assigned on that stock prior to expiration. So this trade is working out way better than planned, sooner than planned, so no adjustments are needed at this point. Next up, we have the cash secured put on Bitdeer Technologies Group, symbol B as in Bravo, T as in Tango, D as in Delta, R as in Romeo. At the time, the stock was trading for $17.82 per share. I looked at just selling the July 17 put at $2.60, hoping for a return of 15.29%. So shares of Bitdeer gained 13 cents, ending the week at $17.95 per share. The out-of-the-money put that we sold is still out of the money, and all of the original financials are still in place for this trade. We would like to see the stock head higher and move farther away from our $17 put strike. The stock is still nearly 20% above our break-even point, so no adjustments are needed at the moment on this one as well. Next, we have our credit spread on Cleanspark Inc., symbol C as in Charlie, L as in Lima, S as in Sierra, K as in Kilo. At the time, the stock was trading for $16.48 per share. I looked at selling the July 16-15 put spread at 37 cents. That could give us a maximum possible loss of 63 cents per spread. Well, shares of Cleanspark grew 75 cents, ending the week at $17.23 per share. The out-of-the-money put spread that we sold is still out of the money, and we want to see the stock continue to grind higher and higher away from that break-even point. So far, so good. No adjustments are needed on this trade as well. And then just to bring it all home, we're 4 for 4 this week. The debit spread from last week was on Carnival Cruise Lines, symbol C as in Charlie, C as in Charlie, L as in Lima. At the time, the stock was trading for $29.16 per share. I looked at buying the July 28-29 call spread for 62 cents. That could give us a maximum gain of 38 cents, or that's a 61.29% return in 5 weeks. Well, shares of Carnival Cruise Lines jumped $1.70, ending the week at $30.86 per share. The in-the-money call spread that we bought is now even more in the money. The stock price is more than $2 above our break-even point, and this trade is making money as planned, so no adjustments are needed on this one either. 4 for 4 makes me very happy. If you guys wanted to hear a nice explanation, I gave a lot of fun explanations last week in episode 431 because a lot of those stocks were losing on the week. And so it really took giving better explanations and some really in-depth ones. So if you didn't listen to episode 431, you definitely want to go back and do that. So that is it for the review of last week's trades. Yesterday, Thursday, June the 18th, was options expiration for all June monthly options. The market was only opened a half day today, June the 19th, in recognition of the Juneteenth federal holiday. So all new trades on today's show will use the July 17th expiration date for monthly options in July. So let's dive right on in. We're going to start off with our covered call. I'm looking at AMC Entertainment Holdings, symbol A as in Alpha, M as in Mike, C as in Charlie. The stock ended the week at $2.83 per share. I'm looking at buying stock and selling the July 3 call at 32 cents, hoping for a return of 17.31% in 4 weeks. Now you enter this trade by buying stock for $2.83 per share and selling the July 3 call at 32 cents. This trade makes the most money if stock prices finish above $3 per share. The break-even price on this trade is $2.51 per share. In real terms, the stock purchase will require $283 and you'll collect $32 for selling the option. Next up, we have a cash-secured put on Poet Technologies, symbol P as in Papa, O as in Oscar, E as in Echo, T as in Tango. The stock ended the week at $12.17 per share. I'm looking at just selling the July 12 put at $1.56, hoping for a return on capital of 13%. Now you enter this trade by selling the July 12 put at $1.56. This trade makes the most money if stock prices finish above $12 per share. The break-even price on this trade is $10.44 per share. In real terms, you'll collect $156 for selling the put option and you'll have $1,217 locked up just in case you need to purchase the stock. Next, we have our credit spread. I'm looking at Quantumscape Corporation, symbol Q as in Quebec, S as in Sierra. The stock ended the week at $8.04 per share. I'm looking at selling the July 8-7 put spread at 33 cents. That could give us a maximum possible loss of 67 cents per spread. Now you enter this trade by selling the July 8 put at 78 cents and concurrently buying the July 7 put for 45 cents. This is a credit spread because we are selling the spread, and this trade makes the most money if stock prices expire above $8 per share. The break-even price on this trade is $7.67 per share. In real terms, you'll receive $33 per spread that you sell and have $67 at risk. And our final trade on today's show, as I move right on through it, is the debit spread on Cipher Digital, symbol C as in Charlie, I as in India, F as in Foxtrot, R as in Romeo. The stock ended the week at $29.18 per share. I'm looking at buying the July 28-29 call spread for 65 cents. That could give us a maximum gain of 35 cents, or that's a 53.85% return in 4 weeks. Now you enter this trade by buying the July 28 call for $4.20 and concurrently selling the July 29 call at $3.55. This is a debit spread because we are buying the spread, and this trade makes the most money if stock prices expire above $29 per share. The break-even price on this trade is $28.65 per share. In real terms, you'll pay $65 to enter the spread, and your maximum gain is $35 per spread. So that's it for this week's show. Thank you guys so much for listening. Of course, the new strikes, the half strikes get priced on the Monday or the next trading day after expiration. So you might find better opportunities when the market opens and there are more strikes being priced. It'll change some of this up. But regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed the trades from this week. I hope some of them are making you profitable. And hopefully, more than anything, I just hope you're beginning to understand. So I've been having a great time recording this show for the last 8 years. I look forward to keep going, and thank you for those of you who send me email. Hey, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and as always, happy trading. Thank you for listening to the Weekly Option Podcast. Please subscribe to our show and visit us at www.theweeklyoption.com. Disclaimer, there is a very high degree of risk involved in trading. The indicators and strategies described in this podcast are for educational purposes only and should not be construed as investment advice. For our full disclaimer, visit our website at www.theweeklyoption.com.